All right, Tessa.
Nice to meet you guys. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah.
Listen, I loved this movie. I mean, of course, I loved this movie. I went into it being like, if there's a little bit of NSYNC in here, I'm happy. But then there's so much more to it as well. Like, listen, I grew up with boy bands, like that was my jam. So we have all that, but then we still have like what feels like a Trolls story. So I'd love to know kind of, your take on it. You know what I mean? Like, it feels Trolls. We still get the boy bands.
Yeah, I think it was kind of a big part of the organic evolution of these movies. We got into this third one and we said, yeah, let's celebrate pop music this time around. We had the different genres last. Let's celebrate pop music. And in particular, we haven't really gone too much into the 90s, like really kind of delved into that decade. So we said, okay, and that the story of Branch having brothers and they were in a band together. Oh, that's good. Oh, but it was like a 90s boy band. Okay, that's great. Of course, that's really natural for Justin to do. And he was into the idea. So we spent a good, year and a half working on the movie and talking about it and talking about his experiences. And
Yeah.
that's when the idea like that he got of getting the guys back together. He goes, what if we got Nsync back? And we were like, hallelujah. Yes.
And of
Great
course,
idea.
yeah, it wouldn't be a good troll story without a dastardly villain. And what a better villain could you have than somebody who's trying to actually steal somebody else's talent and who doesn't want to work,
Yeah.
in order to be famous. It all just sort of all those pieces just sort of fell into place and seemed to work together nicely. So we're glad you enjoyed it. And
I mean, I love a good villain, and really the villains were great. Although you feel bad for the brother, like the whole time. I was like, don't listen to her. She's not being nice to you. But I love that. But I'd love to talk about we have the home release coming up, of course, or it's out now.
Yeah.
Do you guys get a say in the special features that they include on the disc, or how does that
Yeah.
work?
Yeah, I mean, we work so collaboratively with everyone, not only on our crew, but everyone in the home video department, right, Tim? Like they're always involving us, and I think there's so much love and joy around trolls. So I think they threw some ideas at us. Like you end up doing a commentary, Tim.
Yeah, we did a commentary. We got to sort of choose the deleted scenes that were added on there. Not that we didn't have a ton of stuff that didn't make it into the movie, but I think the things that ended up on the DVD are the best of those things.
Yeah.
Um, and
There's a
then
brand new short. There's a short
yeah,
made
Yeah.
by Colin Jack, our head of story, and we were involved in that a little bit. That was for
and
sure.
John Magram too, who was a story
Yeah.
artist, ended up directing that, and I got to sort of be a part of that process and see after it a little bit. So yeah, we are involved in those things, and even looking at the sing along version, seeing the way that the graphics show up at the bottom of the screen, they send those to us, and they're like, "What do you guys think?" And we say, "Yay!" or "Boo!" But
Yeah, I love that
Fix
the
it. No.
the home video release allows for these other things, like kind of behind the
Mhm.
scenes. Like Tim said, the deleted scenes are so great and fun. I mean, it's a great new way to experience the movie.
yeah,
Absolutely. It's always so interesting to me too. I love that side of things, like how things were made and created. And of course, I mean, I loved the NSYNC stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big NSYNC fan. But I'd love to talk to you guys about working with the guys. What was it like getting them all back together?
unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was surreal. It felt, because I was in high school in the '90s when they were kind of having their first big, moment, and so kind of being able to be a part of this in any way, shape, or form just felt super surreal. And then when Justin sort of said, "Hey, I think I might want to get the guys back together for this song," and hey, maybe we can even get them as characters into the movie, and we got to sort of collaborate on what that could look like. It was so much fun, and each one of them, when they recorded their parts, they were so enthusiastic and collaborative, and just had such a great sort of. They just wanted to have fun with us too, and that's what we're always aiming for.
Yeah, they got to help design their characters and choose their outfit. They had a big say in it. They
Yeah,
That's
just
so cool.
felt like a natural union. I think the Trolls team and NSYNC, it makes sense. Yeah.
I mean,
totally.
it really does. Like they fit. I want like I don't know if they're out. Do we have figures of their trolls?
We
I don't think
sure
we
wish
do.
they did. We have suggested that's a great idea. I remember on the carpet because we had a small premiere with them, and they had someone had handmade some figures. They
Yeah.
were so cool. So I hope
Yeah,
someday they have them. I do. I really do.
I
I
want to say
mean,
they just made one one go of each of them. And so unfortunately, I don't think they're out for everybody, but I would love to have a set myself. So
Let's start
maybe
a
if we could just,
campaign.
is there a petition we can start or something like that? That would be awesome.
I feel like they would make a lot of money. So that's all they, right? Like just pitch it. Every fan of Nsync is going to buy these.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have been around the Trolls franchise for a while. Can you kind of talk about your evolution through, like animating and doing voices and now directing? Like that's crazy.
I know it's been like 10 years of our life, like over a decade of our lives with the Trolls characters, and it's all been incredibly fun. I was brought on as a co-director. The director was Mike Mitchell. We were old friends. We went to school together. And Tim, you were on at that point as a
story artist.
So then you got to be head of story when I was the director of Trolls World Tour.
Mm-hmm.
And then together, I was like, Tim, do you want to direct this next movie with me? So it's been a great relationship between us and us with Trolls. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I've been at DreamWorks since 2006, and so I've had the opportunity to work on a bunch of different franchises, and there's every different franchise has its specific kind of unique way of working, both on the story and with each other and all that stuff. And I've just, I can't say enough how amazing the team is on these Trolls movies. It's so collaborative, and that's something that Walt and Mike and Gina all sort of they built that atmosphere from the beginning. And so for me to have been a part of it for this long and to kind of work my way up to this point has just been a kind of a dream come true. It's so much fun, and the world, we talk about it a lot. It just feels like the possibilities are endless. Anything can happen in this world. Anything can happen with these characters. There's so much more that we could do if people want to see it, I think. So
it's always sad when it comes to an end. Like it's a little bittersweet. It's amazing to get the job done after 3-4 years, but it's sad to kind of everyone disperses, all the creative teams, But we have this movie. We have this beautiful movie to share with everybody.
Well, it's crazy. Like they've always felt so like colorful and fun and exciting. And like right from the first one, I remember taking my daughters to go see it in theaters, and like I will never forget that experience. And then it feels like the animation, I don't even want to say gets better, but like it changes, but it stays the same at the same time. Do you know what I'm saying? So can you talk about kind of, advances in technology and stuff that you use, but then also maintaining that look of Trolls?
For sure. That's a good question. And it's definitely on our minds. There's this visual signature that the movie has. It kind of has this handmade quality, this fiber-based world. And we started these characters. But then as the movie evolves, like we get to get richer inside their personalities. We get to see them evolve. So they become more complex. I think everything we've learned from the last two films and all, like you said, the technology that's advancing allows us more tools in our hands to create even more advanced worlds, even more articulate their faces a little bit more. So and with the technology, we got to make even better hair designs. We haven't been able to make as complex as a hair as the brothers have, let's just say.
Each movie we rebuild the characters from the ground up, and we get to sort of rig them with the best new rigs that we have, and that just allows to get even more nuance and subtlety. And we also like to push things in the direction of stop motion sometimes too. Certain characters kind of like pop to different expressions a little bit more, and so it's just the technology allows us to have this giant toolbox to utilize, and we just try to push it as far as we can, while keeping something that feels familiar to the ones that have come before it.
Yeah, I mean, I love them. My kids and I love them. My girls are 11 and 12 now, and it's like I feel like they grew up on Trolls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, please give us more. Do you guys have any stories? Are there any stories floating around over there that maybe perhaps we could get more?
We've talked a lot about the possibility of different stories we'd like to tell, new worlds to go to, but it's up to the world, and the world seems to embrace the Trolls universe. So hopefully we'll get to make more. That's the plan at some point.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
We love the movie, like I said, so can't wait for more.
You. And thank your girls.
Thank you for wearing your Nsync shirt. That was
of course.
Really good.
Listen, you don't even want to know how much money I have spent on those boys. Like I literally, my mom used to be like, you literally work a job through high school just to go see Nsync, and I was like, I do. Yep.
Yes, that is
I
true.
love that. I
Yes.
love that.
So I was very excited. I cried when, as soon as you saw that back shot of them, and they were like, "Did you think that was the only band?" I was like, "No, oh my god!" It was my daughters were embarrassed for sure. So
That's perfect.
yeah, thank
Our
you guys
job
so
is
much.
done. Yes.
Yes,
thank you.
I know. I'm telling you, I was like sobbing. I'm like, why am I crying again over Nsync? It's great.